What is up, guys? Welcome to a new video. Today we are going to go to the Bogotá Museum of the Gold, one of the largest museums of gold in the entire world. Here we are at the entrance. I'm surprised there's not a lot of videos about this particular place. I think it's quite interesting and it has a lot of history as well. We are going to be exploring it today a bit. We are here at the lobby. This is where you buy the tickets and we are about to start the tour. In this very first section, I'm not sure if you can see in the video the dates, but these are ranging in between 600 and 1500 more or less AC, which is very interesting. Very old pieces. As you can see, a lot of musical instruments there. Very interesting. Now moving on, we are gonna start seeing more and more of the suits, sort to call it, they were using. That was used by the leaders of the groups, and this aged from around 400 for year 400. So as you can see, that's the shape, the shade. You can see how this would be worn back then. Those are masks that were used on for funerals and stuff for the tribes, which is very interesting. I'm not sure if you can see the detail, but those shine. Now, one thing that amazed me is the level of detail. Having count, those things were used mostly as ornamental use, which is more to show off wellness and power of. So this is why it was worn especially by the leaders of the tribes. Now, something that it's also interesting is that in this particular place, it happens something which is very curious. A lot of the tribes are currently existing, so they had to make some sort of agreement with the government to make visits here and make some of the they do some chanting and some rituals, because according to their tradition, these pieces of gold are kind of sad because they are not worn. They have in their culture some sort of soul. So if they're not worn, they are somehow sad. So they come here every year in some specific dates where the museum is totally closed for them to perform these rituals, and they sing and dance here in order to the items to be joyful and don't be this sad. So it's a very interesting conflict, because this thing is not owned by the government but also not owned by the tribes which currently exist and this originally belonged to. And this here, as you can see, is a collection of earrings and nose rings, which are amazing. Look at the level of detail here. It's just amazing. A lot of items have this shape right here, and this is, some of them were used to keep the remains of the tribe members, to put it here, and it's because the shape it has, it remains to the woman uterus, which for them represents the life. So the remains were put here in order to symbolize they were going to born to a new life.
y eran objetos que están por toda Colombia, no solo en el sur. Entonces vamos a empezar a ver que se van a reflejar por todas partes. Digamos que espiritualmente o simbólicamente en los grupos del norte de Colombia se habla que cuando uno mastica hojas de coca le ayuda con la memoria y con el habla. Entonces que uno se acuerda todas las cosas que se tienen que acordar y que cuenta de cada región con los animales que eran favoritos de cada región.
Take a look at this collection right here. The leaders were used to wear back then. Very cool. You see a lot of animal shapes here and weird animal shape combinations. They are telling us that it's because they try to represent warriors and used to be worn by warriors. So it represents the strength and force and power. So that's why you see a lot of animal shapes in their pieces. Alright, we are in a separate room now. As you can see, there are a lot more of security here. I'm not sure if it's because of the type of items you can see over there, but there's definitely a lot more of security, and you see the crystals are more thick. Take a look at how thick those doors are. I'm amazed. I've never seen something like that. Very interesting.
Tenían que romper el molde para poder sacar la pieza. Eso significa que cada objeto era único, ¿cierto? Pero la otra cosa es que hubiera sido 1000 veces más fácil hacer la base de la balsa.
So guys, something that is very interesting here is that they say that those most of those communities still existing are existing till today. So they do believe that those objects are sad because those objects has life by themselves. So they come here regularly to sing to the objects, to talk to them, so the objects are not that sad. And it's something that they have to deal with, and they don't know exactly what to do. They are going to talk to the government to see what to do, because realistically they know that the museum knows that they are not the owners of those objects. Uh, so it's a very interesting thing. They recovered them from some people that stole them, from the people that traffic with them. So it's a very interesting thing to think and to see what it's going to happen.
Estoy aquí.
Se está atravesando la puerta con el video.
Papi, no puedo creer que sea
Ahora me lo pasa.
Lego, que es que no he visto
Tiene
los
mejor
dos.
resolución. Aunque te estás haciendo un video.
This is the probably one of the most popular shapes here in Colombia, more iconic. You see it here a lot in a lot of logos in the beer. So they're explaining us that it's a mixture in between an animal and like a fish and something that flies. You can see it has wings, and in the middle those are some type of fish thing. I don't know exactly what those are, and as you can see it has a fish end. And this right here is the object that started everything. With this very first object the museum started. It started by the bank of the country back then.
Entonces, pregunta sobre tu sigamos. La fruta jagua es como así de grande, parece como una manzana pera, y esa es la fruta que utilizan. Entonces, acá viene a final de mes usualmente una familia indígena, que ellos son de Chocó, pero viven acá en Bogotá. Entonces vienen y pintan tatuajes y por ser el país que era el mismo. Bien, tablillas de madera, tablillas de cerámica y apretado. Y entonces, pues como el cráneo de los bebés es bien suave, pues se va modificando. No le va a doler, no le va a dañar el cerebro ni nada de eso, pero lo va a hacer más bello y poderoso hace 2000 años. Entonces, pues, claro, uno dirá, para lo que era bello y poderoso para ellos, que es diferente a lo nuestro, pero no significa que nosotros no hagamos las mismas. Y ahí se transformaba el cuerpo. Entonces ahí tienen la cabeza, parece que el cráneo se lo modificaba. Antes decían como no, eso podía ser un gorrito, pero realmente pues parece que más que un gorrito solamente es una modificación. ¿Cómo uno modifica el cráneo? Toca tener primero un bebé, porque nuestro cráneo está muy...
Well, we're gonna leave today, so we have some time to get a bit of relax and wait for our flight. This is Chapinero right here. Cosas.
Agarra ahí puro Freddie Mercury.
Alright guys, we just passed security. We are heading now to our gate, which is the gate number 84. There you go. Not sure if you can see it there. There's gate number 84. This airport's kind of big. I believe it's one of the biggest in Latin America. I'm not sure if the second or the third one. So yeah, it's pretty well organized, I believe. So that's cool.
puedan gestionar desde el celular y viajen tranquilos. Nuestros protocolos de bioseguridad a Caballo. Por favor, guarden
Well guys, we just made it to Medellin, and that's how our video finalizes. So I really hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe. See you guys on the next one.